Hello class, and welcome to our presentation, Introduction to Religion and Economic Justice. So first we're just going to do a general overview, then we're going to define what economics is, what capitalism is, and then we will revisit a central question that we will discuss this week. So as an overview, in this unit on economic justice, we will be discussing 1. Religious attitudes on the moral questions concerning economic justice. So questions such as, does God want human beings to prosper economically? Does God prefer one economic system over another? What are God's attitudes concerning money and wealth? And what are God's attitudes concerning poverty? So again, some general questions that we will be asking and addressing over the next 2 weeks. And this week we will focus upon one question in particular. What is the relationship between Christianity and capitalism? And we're going to investigate some biblical, Protestant, and Roman Catholic attitudes on this question. So given these topics of discussion, to begin our examination, we must first define economics and capitalism. So let's go ahead and begin. So what is economics? Economics is the academic study of the production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services. And economists analyze the behavior of economic systems as well as consumer behavior. Now, with this in mind, what is capitalism? Because again, we're going to be discussing this question of the relationship between Christianity and capitalism. So capitalism is an economic system that supports private property, the free exchange of goods, and the attainment of profit. So it supports, one, human beings be able to take ownership over a product that they have produced or purchased, the exchange of goods and services with very little government regulation, if any government regulation, and the attainment of profit or some kind of a surplus resulting from a production of some good or service. Now, according to 18th century economist Adam Smith, the so-called father of modern capitalism, a free market capitalist system is good. Why? Because it encourages competition. And competition encourages 1. Self-improvement. So Adam Smith argued that capitalism motivates individuals to realize their potential as entrepreneurs, and it encourages them to rise above others in economic success. So again, if you are an entrepreneur and you feel like there are always people who are potentially going to overcome you and be more successful than you are, then it motivates you to be even more innovative and even more cunning, and to really help you to realize your potential as an individual. 2. Competition results in technological advancement. Why? Because entrepreneurs desire to produce goods and services more efficiently, leading to advances in industrial technology. Because again, entrepreneurs are in competition with one another, so they want to produce goods as efficiently as they can, which results in greater technological and industrial advancement. And thirdly, the capitalist system of competition results in social improvement. So for Smith, the contributions of these motivated entrepreneurs not only benefits them as individuals, but it benefits the rest of society. Why? Because these entrepreneurs bring cheaper goods, increase food production, and advanced technology to the societies in which they live. So put simply, Adam Smith argued that capitalism encourages competition, and competition results in the improvement of the individual and the improvement of society as a whole. So again, the capitalist system, by encouraging competition, is good and results in individual and social good. Now, capitalism, of course, is not without its critics, and one of the greatest critics of capitalism was Karl Marx. So let's learn a little bit more about his critique. So unlike Adam Smith, in the Communist Manifesto, Marx argued that modern industrial capitalism is oppressive to the majority of people in society. So again, Smith argued that it is beneficial to the majority of people in society. Marx is arguing that it is oppressive to them. Okay, why? Because for Marx, modern industrial capitalism is used by wealthy property owners, or bourgeoisie, as a tool to control poor propertyless laborers, or the proletariat. Okay, how so? Well, for Marx, it is used as a tool to keep the proletariat poor and powerless by paying them low wages, and by keeping the proletariat mindless with exhaustion by forcing them to work long hours doing menial labor. So put simply, for Marx, the industrial capitalist system is used by the powerful minority or bourgeois to oppress the powerless majority or the proletariat. And in the manifesto, Marx prophesies that the proletariat would eventually overthrow the bourgeois capitalist system and replace it with communism. And communism is an economic system that abolishes private property, socioeconomic class, and supports the equal distribution of goods. So for Marx, communism is the antithesis of capitalism because it abolishes private property, it abolishes socioeconomic class, so therefore it gets rid of competition, and it supports this kind of equal distribution of goods among all people. Now, there is a central question that we are going to analyze this week, which we got a preview about earlier in the presentation. What is the relationship between Christianity and capitalism? That is Christianity supportive of capitalism, or is Christianity critical of capitalism? More specifically, does Christianity support private property? Does it support a free market system? Does it support competition in society? So again, does Christianity support capitalism? Is it a critic? This is something that we will talk about this week.